Welcome back to Dialogue Tree Season 2, should to be episode 39. I'm Matthew Peterson, and as always, I am joined by Daniel, Mr. Gimmick Padilla.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Hello, Daniel.
What's going on, Matthew Peterson? Good to see you, man. Well, I'm not actually seeing you. I guess it's good to, right. Good to like be here recording this morning with you.
It's been like 12 whole hours since we spoke.
Right. Anything eventful happened in your life since?
I don't think so. I went to the gym.
How's that?
They weren't playing like awful music, so that was pretty decent.
Once. Yeah, right. That's like it's a good for a change.
And I'm gonna go see Josh on Tuesday.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
New York again. I'm asking him right now what we're gonna do.
Right.
Because I don't think he has any plans.
Which, sometimes just going with the flow can also be fun, but having some kind of structure and plan, is always good.
Yeah, especially because I don't know where anything is there.
Shit, dude, it's just too bad that it's so fucking far. You know what I mean? I would, if it was like on a weekend, I could probably make it because I could take like a train or something and be chill. But like on a weekday, it's kind of complicated because it means that I have to take like 3 days off or whatever, find a place to stay and all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, you could go sleep at Josh's house. Maybe.
Yeah, I suppose. Right. I don't know. We'll see. I do have another buddy coming into DC sometime in August. And so he said that, he told me he'd be there visiting some other friends from Clark. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking I could also potentially do that for like a weekend because Nick and Jen are also there. So I can like see a good handful of people from Clark,
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Now that we've selected duty for the semester. And because I've been on duty for so many, like essentially half the summer so far, I made it a point to not take any fucking weekends during the month of August so that I could just take my weekends easy and shit.
Right.
Yeah. Have shit to do because we'll be doing like RA training at some point, but the weekends I think for the most part are off anyway. There's like a weekend in between RA training, but like we're not going to be doing anything on the weekend. It's just be like a weekend off.
Okay.
So it'll be good to just like have the weekend to do shit, and not have to worry about getting a dumbass call or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But don't you get called if there's no one else in it? Like if they can't contact anyone else, don't they just call you anyways?
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like there would be because so the thing about the summer is that there's only been 2 GRDs, myself and my coworker. For now, the GRDs that were hired for next year, they've all moved in now, and we've essentially finished GRG training last week, and so they're going into the on-call rotation starting August 2nd. So should anyone need anything, they'll call whoever is on duty, and like it shouldn't be me because GRD on duty should always be like available. That's like part of the responsibility.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. I need you to tell that story, man, about the liquor store.
I honestly don't know which one you're referring to.
About the farting.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we have like a radio, to call it. I mean, you have a radio for your job too, and so
to communicate it within the.
Yeah, because there's people who receive like the truck shipments and stuff.
Yeah, and they're like in the back or whatever. Yeah.
So, anyways, this guy just radios everyone, and he's like, "Someone just farted over here," and then the dude standing next to me is like, "I gotta go check that out." And he went over there. Yeah. And he came back, and I was like, "How was it?" And he says, "It didn't smell very good."
I just think it's funny, like how like morbidly curious the human brain is. Like you just fucking had to go check it out. I don't know.
To be fair, there wasn't really anything else going on.
I mean, I am sure. How big of a liquor store? It's not like a local package store in the way that like Loring Liquors would be. I imagine something a little bigger.
Yeah, it's like next to Big Y. It's like it's not like the one at Clark that we used to go to.
Right.
It's like a building. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So it's something comparable to like the Total Wine.
No, it's not that big.
It's not that big. Okay.
But I really am not very good with square footage.
No. I mean, I wouldn't even know what the fuck you're talking to me about anyway. Yeah. I'm just curious. Yeah.
But It is like a truck comes, so there's a lot of stuff moving through.
Yeah, and you have like multiple like varieties of shit, like
Yeah.
different beer and whatever. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I got that coffee Guinness there. They had
Right,
that,
right.
which is not that common, probably.
Yeah, right. I don't yeah, I don't know that I would find like that kind of like variety in the liquor store across the street. They do have like some shit, but they also have like they also carry like a lot of local shit. There's a lot of like local breweries here in Salem, so they I
There
mean
are here too.
if
Yeah.
they yeah, so if they go with like varieties, like variety of like a certain brand or name or whatever, they'd be like varieties for like the local shit. And because for example, I know for example, fucking like Angry Orchard, right? Like Angry Orchard itself has like a bunch of different varieties that I've seen,
Yeah.
and like I've only ever seen like the crisp apple or whatever the hell it's
The
called. And
standard. Yeah.
right, the standard one in there. Even Sam Adams. I don't think I've seen like the summer variation of
Summer
Sam
Sam.
Adams in
Oh
there.
no.
I don't think so. I think I've only seen the standard one. Yeah.
The hell kind of liquor store is that?
It's just a tiny one, dude, across the street from the school. Like just the essentials. Speaking of though, man, I will say this. So Mr. Kalamasi and I went to get breakfast last Saturday. So here's the thing, right? Kalamasi's like working somewhere, and like he has to wake up at like 6:30 or whatever every day of the week to
Mhm.
go to work. So he's gone into that habit of like waking up really early, even on the weekends when he doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
So I wake up at like 9 in the morning, right? And I have a message from Mr. Kalamasi saying like, "Yo, I'd be like super down to go get breakfast somewhere today." And I'm like, as I'm waking up, right? I'm like, dude, you got to give me like at least like another hour for me to like process my life right now. He's like, chill. So we go to this place called Reds, and it's fucking hot, dude. It's like your traditional diner, right?
Hmm.
Eggs, sausage, bacon, fucking toast, potato, all that shit, right? And shitty diner coffee. It was good. It was a damn good time. The thing is though, fucking Kalamasi so he wanted to get like photos printed from a CVS, and he noticed that there was a CVS really close to the place where we were having breakfast. We knew there was a CVS there, so like he had them printed there.
Hmm.
It turns out that there's two CVSs in the same street, just like really far apart from each other. So that we go to the CVS that was close to the restaurant that we went to,
Uh-huh.
and they tell us, dude, this is not the location where we print photos. You want to go to this location all the way down so it's like another like
Hell.
fucking like 10-15 minute walk down,
Yeah.
right? And the way the city is like laid out, there wasn't any convenient way to like cut through to like get closer to like our route back home, right? So we just had to like go all the way around whatever. And so we go all the way around whatever these like roads that we didn't know, and we stumble upon a fucking cider brewery. Is that what you even call like a cider brewery?
Probably.
Probably.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
We stumble up, but at this point it's like 12:15 or whatever in the afternoon, right? And so we saw this place. Neither of us knew it existed. And we were like, dude, it's fucking hot. We have at least like another 25-30 minutes before we get home. Let's just fucking check this place out. And it was dope. They had a lot of shit. We had one of those like flights, that you can have like little samples of
Yeah.
each. I just had Kalamazoo like choose whatever he wanted. I was like, I don't know, whatever. Just pick whatever you want because whatever, right? He picked this one. I don't remember exactly what it had, but I remember it had like pineapple and jalapeno, dude.
Hmm.
It gave me like instant fucking heartburn, but it was fucking excellent though. Like it tasted really, really good. And there was like a tiny little kick to it that was just like really, really pleasant on the taste buds,
It's funny you mentioned that because I do see jalapeno stuff. I don't think necessarily cider, but just jalapeno flavored alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe even brewed. I don't know.
I don't think I'd ever seen any of that
There's
shit.
like a vodka. And it makes me wonder if that just is awful or not.
Right. I was gonna ask if you'd ever tried any of that.
No, I could probably ask them to give me some.
Right. Like one of those little nips
sample.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know about vodka, but I can tell you whatever this cider was really fucking good because again, it was like sweet, but just a tiny bit tart, and it did have like that little bit of a kick, like right at the end, and it was I don't know, it was just pleasant. Again, it gave me like instant heartburn, but it was like really, in terms of like flavor itself, it was really, really fucking pleasant.
Do you remember the name of this location?
Far From the Tree is called.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to them, our sponsor of the week.
Oh, hell yeah. Right.
We had to restart after having Nick on the show.
Yeah, goddamn! All the sponsors just sent us their communication that they no longer wanted to do business with us, which we're I guess we're okay with. We're used to it at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's what we expected, at least.
Dude, I guess another thing that I've been meaning to talk about for a while now. I don't know why I haven't yet. I guess I just wanted to give a shout out to this shit. It's so there's this store just like south of Boston. I think it's in Quincy. That's called Away Days, and it's like an online store. I don't know if they have like a brick and mortar store. But I do know that they do have like an online store, and so they sell a bunch of like soccer jerseys. I think they specialize in soccer jerseys. I don't know if they have any other sports. They probably do. But they do this really cool shit. I think I told you about this. Do this really cool shit where like because soccer jerseys can be like expensive, right? Like European official soccer jerseys usually don't go for any cheaper than like $70 or shit like that, right? So what this store does is they charge you $30 for a jersey, but the catch is you don't know what jersey you're gonna get.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you don't know what jersey you're gonna get. But they do tell you that it's usually like a lesser known team. I don't know, because like if you think about
like leftovers.
Yeah, essentially, right? Because like, but right. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is like, say I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan, which means that I have like, like really huge biases and agendas against teams like fucking, I don't know, like Arsenal and teams like Manchester City and shit like that, right? They wouldn't send you any of those jerseys, They would send you like a team that is generally pretty neutral to like the general soccer fandom outside of whatever country the jersey you're getting from is, Yeah. So I think that's cool because it's also like a conversation starter, Like if you get a jersey from like a random team in like fucking like Sweden, like who the hell watches like Sweden soccer, Like if you're not from Sweden, you're not really following Swedish soccer. And it's like a conversation starter, like, oh, like nice jersey. What team is that? Where's it from? How'd you get it? And shit like that, And it's also like exciting, the thing is because they're so close, like you place an order on like Thursday afternoon, dude, and like chances are it'll be delivered by like sometime the next day, And
where is it? That's insane. Is it like in the US then?
It's in Quincy, like south of Boston.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's cool because you get like that little like anticipation. I don't know if you ever bought like fucking like baseball cards or anything like that where you had to like, you're just gonna get like random shit.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, whenever you like bought like booster cards, I'm sure there was like that kind of like rush, that anticipation, seeing what you were gonna get. Hopefully you were gonna get something cool and whatever. It's the same. It's essentially like the same deal, right? When I buy these jerseys, I'm like, oh, I wonder what the fuck team I'm gonna get. I've gotten 2 jerseys, and they're both like really fucking neat. I've gotten one from this club in Germany called Bayer Leverkusen, and I got another one from this club in the Netherlands, from Rotterdam. They're called fucking, I forget what the fuck they're called. I can't believe Feyenoord. They're called.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're pretty. They're cool, sick jerseys, and you get them for like $30. And I have a sweet jersey from like a random team. Yeah.
Can you pronounce the players' names?
I'm
not asking you to remember them. I'm just saying, do you know how?
Well, no, there's no player names on the back or anything.
Oh, it's just the club.
Yeah, it's just like right. It's just like
okay,
right. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I bet Daniel can't pronounce like a Danish player.
Right. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to shout these people out because I think what they're doing is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah, you always get like a little dude Martin, I think his name is. He always sends like a tiny little postcard telling you like what the team is and where it's from, and he's like, "Thank you for your business" and whatever, like hand sign and whatever.
Yeah, it's probably better than contributing to like the way the market is in it, anyways.
Right.
It's just the price just is going to keep going up for the official big team jerseys,
Dude, Spurs jerseys are like wildly expensive now. Like I try to buy like a Spurs jersey.
Spurs aren't even that popular, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe in England.
Maybe. But yeah, because they're sponsored by like Nike now, and I don't know if that contributes to anything, but like if you say, so the new season is starting like in like a month or so. So like the new jerseys for the new season they're just coming out. You can't get them for less than like $90, I don't think. And even that is more expensive than they used to be fucking like 4 years ago. I feel like 4 years ago you could get them for like $70 or $60 or something.
Yeah.
You know, like the official ones for the season that like the new one for the new season or whatever. And I think that price raise is like has been like, you know, the prices for jerseys, for the official jerseys, have been raised like across the board, you know.
Yeah, it's just a scam.
Right. And the Spurs jersey for this coming, the away Spurs jersey for this coming year is kind of garbage. I don't like it, but whatever. What the hell is good and new in your life, dog?
I should have prepared something to talk about. I was just thinking about the Spurs jersey now.
I can send it. I can send a picture of it.
Oh, you know what? I was watching GDQ. I was watching it on YouTube. I wasn't watching it live.
Yeah.
And someone beat Mario 64. I think they got the 70 stars all blindfolded.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Insane.
Dude, how do you build that fucking like muscle memory, man?
Well, so there's also audio cues.
Oh, I suppose you're right. Yeah.
Because Mario makes a noise when he walks into a wall.
Right.
I don't know. It's very interesting. And there were like points where he'd have to quit out and go back to like the castle hub world because he like got lost.
Right. To kind of like situate himself again.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just crazy how good people are. I mean, this is a speed run, but also just it's not even really about the speed. It's just the fact that he can do it at all.
Being capable of like beating a game, and considering how like tricky some of the platforming in that game is, you know, because like the Mario 64, of course, it's a fantastic fucking game, but like it is a little bit jank, you know. So like controlling it sometimes, even you know, like being able to like fucking see the game, controlling it is often still kind of hard. I can't even imagine not even seeing what the fuck is happening, you know.
And he very much does like do the speedrun strategies. Like he doesn't really get the stars in any intended way. He uses all the glitches and stuff.
Right, which is probably like even harder because there's like very specific locations to do them.
Yeah, and it's very specific timing and
right.
God, it's very interesting.
Man.
And I don't know. I just I think speedrunning is really an interesting way for people to give games replay value.
Yeah, 100%. Right.
Because it's not even the same game anymore at a certain point.
Right.
It's like you're just doing a different set of tests.
Yeah. Then it's interesting, right? Because like people find that, you know, I don't know. Like I'm thinking about like like games like Metroid. You know, like Metroid is built, for example, shit like Super Metroid, or like Metroid Fusion or whatever. Those games are like built to be like atmospheric and shit like that, and they're cool to play as like, I guess, you know, whatever standard intended way. Right, exactly. Like they're really cool like that, but on top of that, they still have this like additional value of like you being able to like essentially find your own ways around like barriers and shit, and just break it and do it as fast as you can, you know.
Yeah, I find it very satisfying to do stuff like whenever I play Castlevania 1.
Yeah.
There's a part in the first level where you can jump on a bat.
Yeah, by getting hurt or whatever.
Yeah, and skip over. Yeah. And the section you skip over is so short and easy because it's the first level. But I just find it really satisfying that I get to skip it anyways. You know? And I think it's cool that the game is like laid out in a way that if someone forgot to put a wall somewhere, you can actually scroll over to the next screen and it doesn't just crash the game. I think that's cool.
Yeah, right. That's right. The way that the game itself is like built, right? It allows you to like do all this shit. Yeah, right. Right. I remember, I don't know if we talked about this on the pod, but I think you at one point sent me like a GDQ of one of the classic Mega Mans. It might have been Mega Man 1 actually, or Mega Man 3.
Yeah, with the like, Magnet Beam.
Yeah, and it was wild because like this dude would do these things he called like zips or whatever.
Yeah, he would like teleport.
Yeah. He would like get the character Mega Man stuck in like weird like, you know, weird like locations on the screen that like the game would just know how to process. So it would just like zip the sprite to like a location on the screen that like the game could once again process, and it would allow him to like skip really like difficult portions or just like a multiple screens of each stage. And I think it's just right because it gives you that kind of like weird insight as to how the game is programmed, right? Because essentially what the game is doing is like, oh, I don't recognize where the sprite is. Let me try to put the sprite somewhere where I do recognize where it is, and like I can make the game function properly again. You know,
it's just like, And it does show you like how even just hitting a wall works in a
Yeah,
game. Like the
right,
game's
right,
like,
right, right.
okay, he's overlapping with the wall. It's time to eject the character, like
Right,
shoot them backwards, and you like
right.
bounce off. But then if you're like stuck between two walls, you just get
Yeah,
really fast, and
right,
the game doesn't know what to do, and you like shoot out, and it causes some glitchy stuff.
right. Right, right. Yeah, no, that's cool. I guess that's the thing. I don't know because there's games that I like think that I'm good at. For example, like Contra. But I guess
Mhm.
the thing about Contra is that like it is so ingrained in my blood to like play Contra by and try to not get hit. And the thing about like, well, it may not be like the case for all I know. There's like different categories and
Yeah,
shit.
I
But
mean,
like,
there's probably a no death Contra run, which you would be
right,
pretty competitive at.
right, 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 right. But I guess because the ones that I've seen, the speedruns that I've seen of Contra 3, like people like choose to like die in specific
Yeah.
locations to like skip whatever or like glitch shit out and shit like that. And it's that kind of stuff just kind of goes against my, my I guess my fundamental belief of how I like to play the game. Shit like that is hard. But like I get it, you know what I mean? Like if it's fun to you to like figure shit like that out, all the power to you, It's super,
Yeah.
super neat, super cool.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, I don't know. Just I
Is this
guess
the jersey for the Spurs, by the way?
isn't it garbage?
It's awful.
I know. I saw a tweet the other day that said something like, "Yeah, the new Spurs jersey looks like a train seat or whatever."
It
You know,
does. Yeah, it looks like
It's
a New York subway seat.
yeah, it has that like weird print. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people like it. A lot of people on like Twitter and shit like it, and I'm like, no, dude.
I don't like it, no.
I think it's yeah. I know. I don't know. When it comes to like soccer fashion and shit like that, I like more like traditional designs and like solid colors and maybe
Mhm.
stripes here and there. But like I don't know that design, that print, I am not a fan of at all.
Yeah.
Just I guess staying on the topic of games, I fucking bought Wheel of Fortune on the
I
Switch, dude.
I've been informed several times. Actually, yeah, so Daniel texts me, like, I don't know, in the afternoon, he's like, I'm at work, and he's like, "I'm here to inform you that I've just beat Mr. Kyle's Massey's ass at, Wheel of Fortune," and I'm like, "Okay, that's great, Daniel." And
Right.
then, like, 5 hours later, I'm like, "Okay, I'm leaving work," and Daniel says, "I'm here to inform you that I've just beat Mr. Kyle Massey's ass at Wheel of Fortune." I was like, "Is this all he's doing today?"
Yeah. No, well, that it's funny because that was like a really shit day that I had here, like in between like work and training and all
Mhm.
that. So like I remember I just texted, at like 7 after I like cooled down from all the bullshit because I got a call, right? So here's the thing. I'd walked, because we've been in training all week, right?
Yeah.
And like training entails sitting at a conference room, in one of the buildings here at the school, essentially from like 9:30 or 10 through like 4:30, which is kind of brutal because like you're indoors and like it's all just like artificial lighting and air conditioning and whatever. It gets kind of stale to be there for so long, right?
Mhm.
Especially because this has been the week where we've gotten like the nicest weather, I think, in the whole summer, where it hasn't been like brutally, brutally hot, and it also hasn't been like cold and rainy. Like sure, it's been like a couple of showers here and there, but that's been it, right? Just like a couple of showers here and there. But besides those, like the weather has been like generally really, really nice this week. So it just made me kind of like upset that I've had to like stay like be indoors and like a fucking training all day.
Mhm.
So on Wednesday, I think it was, or Thursday, whatever, I say like, all right, I want to do something with my life. I'm gonna go downtown, have a coffee, chill out. The second I get to Jaho, which is like a half hour away, I get
Yeah.
a call from the school, from University Police asking me to like open a door for them or whatever. So I had to like walk all the way back, and I couldn't do anything, and I was pissed off, right? Like I know it's my job, but like it's just frustrating. You know what I mean? It's just frustrating that like the one moment that I decide to do something with my life to like get off campus because I've been on campus all week and I'd had to like go back immediately. So like I was frustrated until after I cooled down until Cal Massey like, dude, I'm gonna buy us like Tall Boys or like Angry Orchards, and we're gonna play some Wheel of Fortune. He's like, hell yeah, whatever, right? So we have the Angry Orchards, and then we just like played Wheel of Fortune for like a couple of hours. And that was a damn good time. I
Yeah.
think we played 4 rounds, out of which I think it was even 2-2, but I won like the last one, which is why I like texted you that I just like beat his ass.
Is it better than the other versions that I've played with you?
It's yes, and I would say so. I mean, it's still super jank, you
Still
know.
bad? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's functional. I mean, you can play the game. But I mean, yeah, it is super jank. I guess it's interesting in the sense that you can like create your own character model. I mean, not that there's any reason why you would
That's
ever
not
want to do that.
particularly
Yeah,
useful.
exactly. Right. But like it's funny because sometimes it glitches out. Like sometimes the wheel will start like spinning and you will hear the wheel spinning, but like the animation of like your character like leaning in to like actually spin it hasn't happened yet. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
So they're
like
just standing
weird.
there.
Right. And he just does it like later and it just looks really awkward and shit. It's just I feel like that just makes it a little bit more charming, you know? You're playing a shitty like licensed, fucking game show video
Yeah.
game. So the fact that it's janky as hell, it's just kind of part of it, you know?
The PlayStation one was so, I don't know, maybe we were just unlucky, but we literally got the same clue within an hour.
Yeah, that's
It was
weird, isn't
so
it?
shallow of a pool.
Yeah, I mean, but that's weird though, because I think I looked it up, and I think even like the Super Nintendo version of Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if I've ever played that with you, but I think even that has like over, I think 2,000
That one
puzzles.
has a lot, and it lets you change the puzzle if you've had it before.
Yeah,
Which is
right,
awesome.
exactly. If you don't like it, or if you see, or you can kind of like tell that it's a puzzle you've gone before, you can just like change it or whatever. Which is a pretty neat feature.
Probably the best version I've played.
The Super Nintendo one,
Yeah.
that's fucking funny. So the reason I don't like that, maybe because we played it online, and when we play it online, I had to like control shit,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that was annoying.
So that's kind of like stressful, and I don't like it because like you don't get a lot of time to do shit,
Yeah.
right? So like I'm wondering maybe if I like put the ROM in my Super Nintendo Mini or whatever, and like actually played it with people having their own controller and whatever, maybe that'd be a little better. I don't know,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I mean they're all kind of jank. They're all funny in their own way. But at the end of the day, you're just playing Wheel of Fortune, which is like a cool word puzzle game. Like
Mhm.
I don't know, I just like word puzzle games and shit. So this is a good time. I'd been thinking about buying Wheel of Fortune for a long time. Because it's one of those like fucking Ubisoft games that goes on sale on the Nintendo eShop like every other month or whatever.
Mhm.
And I just decided to like pull the trigger because I know for a fact that I'm gonna be playing that. You know, I'll get my $8 or whatever is worth of it.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
think that's
Anything.
about it, for this week.
Right.
Uh,
Um, I'll say this:
yeah.
Honduras plays a big elimination game against Mexico tonight at 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that shit. We're probably
Yeah.
gonna lose, but like, I'm mentally preparing myself to
At
lose.
10?
Yeah, because they're playing in like Arizona or some shit, I think.
Oh,
So like
damn.
the hour difference,
So
it's
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 at
a
8
10.
or whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm mentally preparing myself to like lose, just
Mhm.
because if we win, it'll be that much sweeter. But
And Mexico is, like, such a larger country in population.
yeah, and they're always a team that's expected to win the tournament that they're currently
Right.
playing, the Gold
It's
Cup.
kind of a place people associate soccer with,
Yeah, right.
at
Right.
least in the US.
They're always like the big favorites. So
Yeah.
and I think playing in Arizona, I think it's essentially like a home game for Mexico. I think.
Because they're, like, the same climate.
No, not even that, but just like the amount of like Mexican people, I guess, that live
Oh,
around there and they like
yeah.
travel to like go to the stadium and
Yeah, I
shit.
guess that is a
Yeah.
border.
Yeah, like even like Honduras, like the Honduras played a lot of their games in Houston. And like I don't think they were selling like all the seats in the stadium. They were selling about like 22,000 out of however many.
Mhm.
And both Honduras games that were played in Houston sold out. They
Uh,
were essentially like home games for Honduras because
right.
of how many Honduran people there are around.
That's interesting.
Well, shit, dog. Fuck did you
Yeah.
learn today, dude? If anything.
Well, I learned about, the, Far From the Tree, brewery, which is just like this, like in a YA novel when, like, the main character walks into, like, a Chinese novelty shop, and then they, like, find a magic item, leave, and it's gone. It's like a laundromat. It's just one of those ethereal things you walk into once and never find again in your life.
That's fucking funny, and I wouldn't even be surprised if that's what actually happened that one time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if I like walk down that street again and it's just not fucking there.
So I learned about that. Thank you. Shout out to the
Right?
sponsor.
Oh hell yeah, dude! What
What
the
about
fuck?
you?
I don't know, dude. What the fuck did I learn today? Oh, I learned that your gym wasn't playing shitty garbage music
Thank
today.
God.
Yeah, that's good to know.
It
Right?
usually happens when it's less crowded. I don't know if
Right.
maybe that's just a coincidence. I don't know.
Right.
Tune in next week when Nick Kirshner returns, because he left his keys, and we just figured we'd have him on again because he's already driving all the way here from DC.
Right.
In a rental car.
Right.
And then he's got to be careful because he's got to drive 2 cars back at once.
Right.
To DC,
right.
Which is pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I don't even understand how the fuck he got back in the first place without his keys. But whatever.
I think he just walked, and then he realized he forgot his keys.
Right. Well, unlucky.
Yeah, but at least we get to see him again.
There you go. Hey, Gallant is this weekend, no?
Yeah. It's I guess it's technically now.
Right. Yeah.
But the top 8 is on Sunday.
Yeah. So you can all expect us to be talking about Gallant sometime soon.
Yeah, and the I'm sure the Mexico game.
Oh hell yeah! Right. Matthew Peterson has been a damn fucking pleasure, dude.
It has, man. All right.
Have a time, dog.
See you around.
Peace.